Interviews with customers and employees reveal what Carol Unger was doing before she died.
We found out that she had danced with 2 or 3 different men.
One of the customers was a semi-regular.
He's been seen before, and he was wearing a mechanic shirt, and it had his name Richard on it.
Richard. Virtually everybody remembers him.
His hair was straight up, and he was balding too, like the way a devil would wear horns.
So everyone recognized that and saw that and mentioned that.
Witnesses also provide detectives with a timeline.
Carol had requested a taxi cab about midnight to take her home.
That's when Richard allegedly intervened.
Right down the street.
And said, "I'll give you a ride."
The bartender said, "Yeah, I kind of know him. I think he's an all right guy." So Carol gave it a second thought and then basically walked out the door with this gentleman.
Several days of chasing leads at car shops goes nowhere. But at a local tavern, detectives finally hit pay dirt.
About 5 days from our original stop at the bar where Carol was at, we hit a bar and 2 witnesses casually knew this person named Richard. Richard had left them a business card saying, "Hey, if you need any kind of work, call me." One of them still had the card.
On the card, the address of a repair shop. Still, detectives believe Stitley is their man, and they make their move.
Come out here.
I said something, in fact, we're investigating the death of a woman that we found in North Hollywood, and we'd like to talk to you about it. He was absolutely cooperative.
Stitley agrees to accompany detectives to the station. Before leaving, they take a peek inside his car.
On the front seat was foam, similar to the foam that was discovered in Carol's hair and on the ground next to our crime scene.
That vehicle had the same type of foam material, which obviously appeared to be observable, which means the seats were torn already.
At the beginning, he absolutely denied knowing Carol, denied being in the bar. He finally said, "Oh yeah, I was there." And I think he said, "Yes, I danced with her."
The suspect is grilled for 90 minutes. He changes his story several times. Detectives push harder, hoping for a confession.
We said we would take his body fluids and compare his body fluids to the body fluids that we found in the decedent.
Legally, they need Stitley's permission to take a DNA sample, but the clever ruse works.
And that made him right away say, "Okay, we did have consensual sex."
Now detectives are getting somewhere. They confront Stitley about the wounds on Carol's body. Again, he comes up with an implausible story.
She got mad at him and he kicked her as she was struggling with him, and if she's dead, he was sorry.
It's enough for detectives to arrest Stitley and charge him with rape and murder.
I know circumstantially it looks very suspicious and he probably is the killer, but I think you need more.
We concluded that the foam that was taken from her could have come from that car seat. She would have been in the car to get the foam on her.
It's solid evidence, but not enough for a conviction. SID has to prove that Stitley raped and killed Carol. He sticks to his story that the sex was consensual.
We didn't accept that. Obviously, we didn't accept that.
Carol's body suffered wounds that were not consistent with consensual sex. SID compares semen samples from the most severely injured areas with a sample of Stitley's DNA. They match, proving Stitley had indeed committed a violent sexual assault.
It was him. There was no doubt.
She's very petite. She was tiny, and I know she was fighting for her life when she was killed.
Two years after Carol Unger's body was found, the first-degree murder case against Richard Stitley finally goes to trial. The prosecution claims Stitley is a violent man and that Carol Unger was in the wrong place at the wrong time.